Hello YouTube model building community, Chris Chapman here. Hey, I posed a question on my coffee talk video a couple days ago, and I asked what the worst part about building a model was. And I got a lot of great responses. A lot of people commented, a few people did some videos, and out of all of them, it sounds like the worst problem for people has been windshields, putting windshields in without getting glue and stuff. Todd H. just did a deal on his wheelies that he's working on, and he had problems getting the glass to stay in there, and he put the interior in, and it wiggled it around, got glue smudged all over, and so I kind of made a suggestion to him on how to clean it up, and it worked and things. So I thought if people are having that hard of a time with their windshields, I'm going to show a quick tutorial on how I do mine, and I seem to get really good results. The only thing that I use for the glue is a window maker by Testers, and this works great. Super glue will fog the windows, and so you want to stay clear of super glues. A lot of people were mentioning that they did that. Todd H. ended up eventually going in there with the 5-minute resin or epoxy. Got it in there, but it was still all smudged in there and stuff from when he had the glue mishap where it kind of squished all over. Now, I'm not actually going to glue my windshield in right now because this is actually the body that I'm doing for Chevy Cheeseburger's tribute build. So kind of an update on that as well. I've got the whole body here. The entire thing is all set up and sanded down, ready for paint. Got the hood all ready for paint. It is smooth as can be. The only thing I need to do is tape this off on where I'm putting all my chrome trim and stuff. Now with the, turn that light off, that might be better. So this here is all ready to go, but this is the kit that I'm working on, so I thought I'd show you. Here's the glass. Has the side wing windows along with the front window, all one piece. Now, before I touch my models, my glass or anything, I have mentioned this before, WIP hand cleaner. Less than $2 for this whole thing over at Walmart. You go to your auto parts store, you know it's a little bit more money there. You got this here. This one here is another good one. Fast Orange hand cleaner. Now this here has little beads in it and stuff that help clean off the grease and the oils and stuff. This here you want to put it on, then rinse it out in the sink. Whereas this one, you put it on, you smear it all over your hands, rub it in really good, and then just take a towel, paper towels, whatever, wipe your hands off, dry them off, you're good to go. That will prevent you from getting fingerprints all over your chrome pieces, your paint job. Oh, my hat's on crooked. Sorry, I got to take care of my hair there. So it keeps, like, windshields. It'll help keep your fingerprints and stuff off, so. Ooh, that's nice and shiny. Okay. So the way that I do my windows is I'm going to kind of keep it right here because if I put the camera over there, my hands will get in the way of it. So hopefully you guys will be able to see. I am going to be using some Sharpies to demonstrate how I do this. So I take the Tamiya masking tape. This is the low tack. You don't want it really sticky. This kind of masking tape right here is very sticky, and once you put it on there, as you pull it up, it will pull paint, it will leave glue residue. Once you get your window glued in there, if you use this really sticky stuff, as you pull this off the window, it can actually pop your window back out that you just got glued in. So I stay away from this for the most part on any paints or anything. I like to use it Tamiya or any other kind of tapes that are similar but low tack. You can go to Walmart and get low tack masking tape as well. So now what I do is I will peel off a small piece here, and then on one end And you don't have to worry about touching the tape because it's just going to be on there for a few minutes. I like to fold it over. Where's the camera at? You can see how I just did that. So now it's non-tacky right there. Then I like to put the non-tacky part against the window. Then push that down on there. Now I'll take another piece. Fold that over. Again, get it on there nice and tight. You can kind of see how it is. And then sometimes I'll do 2, but the shape of this window, I think 3 would be plenty. So I'll get that rolled around there. And on this one here, I'll put it right there. Now, what you do, take it, put your glass, stick it in there, line it up with the little pegs that it shows in there for it. And then with the tips of your finger, burnish that tape down really good. Then you come down to the bottom one, make sure it's in there nice and tight, and burnish that down right there. So you got a tape down there, tape. So now you can see no seams across the top, no seams across the bottom. The windshield is in there nice and tight. You can see it's nice and flush along here and over here. Now, using the glue, I would normally go in and put a dot right there, then another dot right there, and a dot right here. Just a little bead, not much. And to simulate that, we will use blue for the first initial glue points. And keep in mind, I'm putting the glue or the mark on the plastic. About the same point, you can see. And then I put one. Got to make sure that tape's down. That kind of popped up because my finger pushed it in. So you can see, I would put my glue right here, right there, and right there. Give that, personally I like to go about an hour, hour and a half. Once I get an hour, hour and a half in, I come back. At that point, that should be dry enough to be able to hold the whole thing in there. And you can look and you can see, and if it needs a little bit of adjusting, if it need to push it in farther, one corner or one side didn't quite take, this is the time to make your adjustments. That's why I just use a little bit to hold it. Now at this point, I will come through. Yeah, you're going to see how this window's kind of shifted from my fingers pushing and poking. Where those red marks are is where I would now run a new bead of glue around, and hold that in there for a minute. And the tape's already got it pretty good, so now you've got it held in there. Give that an hour, hour and a half to dry. Once that gets dry, your whole window's done. You don't have to do anything else. It's all at the bottom part where the glass hits the plastic, so it's going to glue there. So your window shouldn't shift around or anything anymore. The only thing that would cause that to shift around is if it was sitting down low and you put your interior in and it moves it. This should dry thick enough and hard enough to where that should not move anymore. Then once you get that done, let it dry. And since it's not glued in, it's going to be kind of hard to show you, but I come in there and just use my tweezers. And it's just going to pull the window out, but take your pieces of tape off. And then practice, since it's not really glued in, the window's going to come out. But once you get it glued in, the window will actually stay. You take off your tape. That low tack tape will leave absolutely no residue, no glue marks, no nothing. And so once you get that off, you're done. There's no reason to need to go back in there and fill in the little line where the tape was or anything, because everything's already been glued off. Your window will then stay in there in place. So, hope that helps. It's how I do my windows, and I actually got this tip off of an article that I read a long time ago in, I think it was Scale Auto Magazine or Model Car Magazine, one of them two. And so, it was a long time ago when I read that. So, just thought I'd pass that on. And I appreciate everybody that answered the question and stuff. And we'll be doing another one. So this is, again, just a quick little tutorial on how I put my glass in my windows and stuff in my models. So, to finish the update, I got some cleanup to do on the interior tub. I was so excited about this kit until I saw this tub, and it just, but I'll work with it. Not the best. I don't like this where it's all one piece. I'm probably going to have to cut it out and do the detail on it, then put it together, because I really like to do the detail and make it right, and it's just hard to detail when it's all together like that. Got my chassis. Everything here is all sanded and ready to paint. Got my motor just mocked up. Got to get that painted. But it's coming along. I'm working on it. So, well, we'll go ahead and call that good. And I hope that this little tutorial here helps people. For those of you that asked for it, there you go. Thanks for following along on my thing. Thanks to all my subscribers and stuff. And I guess it's time I get back to doing some model work. Have a great weekend, people.